it's Neets with your weekly reading. This is for Aries. Shuffle the cards. As you can see, we're using the outdoor pack at the moment. If you want a personal reading, there is a link in the description. I've made these readings affordable for you. There are varying prices, so you can ask a question of your own. You can ask up to 3 questions of your own, and I will send you a personal link for a video reading to answer your specific questions for you. Okay, so only ask for a reading through the link in the description. That's the only way you can get a reading from me. Okay. If you want to listen to some music that I've created, I write music with healing frequencies in. It's modern music, so you can listen to it on your normal playlists. And I put binaural beats or healing frequencies, pure healing frequencies into modern music, and it's meant to align your chakras. Each healing frequency is aligned with a certain chakra in the body, so it's going to help you manifest things. It's going to help you align your chakras and to sort of balance you and make you feel better. Okay. Okay, so the link is in the description. It's perfectly free. You can subscribe to the music channel. There will be a new song coming out shortly in the next month or so. So there are some songs there already. Okay, this is a relatively new channel, so this is my new channel. I have been reading for many years, but this is my new channel. So if you'd like to subscribe, share and like, that would help the channel to grow, and you'll get to know when the next readings are available. Okay, I tend to do weekly readings. There may be the odd bonus one thrown in, pick a card, that sort of thing, but I tend to do weekly readings. Okay, so this is for Aries. We've got the Hierophant. I see you going off on a bit of a journey, Aries, on your own, trying to decide what you want out of life, trying to connect with your higher self at the moment as well. I see you connecting with your higher self and deciding where you're going. I do get a great sense of deeper spiritual involvement going on with you, Aries, at the moment. You're trying to sort out the meaning of life, the meaning of why you're here, the meaning of your existence. So you're bonding very much with nature. You may have been on a trip. You may have been on a sort of spiritual trip. Some of you may be going off on retreats, or you may have been somewhere that's inspired you spiritually, somewhere, far away, somewhere quite peaceful, somewhere quite magical and spiritual. So I see that for some of you. You're in a very strong position at the moment, Aries. I feel that you're feeling quite strong, quite happy, quite sort of happily independent as well. I don't feel that you need people around you much at the moment. I don't feel that you want to be surrounded by many people. You're quite happy on your own journey. You're happy alone, some of you, which is quite, it's a good place to be. Because when you're happy alone, you don't necessarily need other people. And it puts you in a very strong position. That's when the magic happens in your life. That's when good things happen, when you're happy alone, believe it or not. I think when we rely on other people too much in our lives, that's when things go out of balance a little bit. Okay, so it's a good place to be. We've got the 9 of Stones. I think you're kind of nearly at the 10. You're nearly at the 10, which is the ultimate goal. So I think you're again, it's about independence. It's about promoting your own pathway. It's about finding you. It's about going towards the things that you want to do in life. It's about finding your own pathway. So you're not necessarily looking for partnerships at the moment, some of you. It's finding your own pathway. And you're boldly going where others haven't gone. I feel that you're sort of carving your own niche in life. You may be starting your own sort of projects or business, but you're starting something that's quite unique, I think, some of you. And that's really good. You want to stand out from the crowd and you want to do something quite unusual, some of you. This looks like fungus growing in the forest, but it's a beautiful one. So it might be something very beautiful and unusual that nobody's done, or some people might look at things and think, oh God, what are they doing now? That's a bit unusual. But it's kind of beautiful and strange. So take that as you will. But it just looks like you're doing something very unusual. That's the feeling I'm getting at the moment. But carry on. I feel like saying carry on because it's blessed by Spirit. They want you to carry on with this pathway. The Magician, it's a wonderful card. So again, it's like you've got everything that you need to make this work. You're halfway there, so keep going, keep on this pathway. You're halfway there. You've got everything it takes to make this work. but you do need to be independent with this. You can't listen to other people. You've got to do it in your own way, in your own time. You've got to find your own way in life as well, I'm being told. It's no good asking for other people to help all the time. You don't need other people to hold your hand all of the time. You've got to do this yourself, because that's part of the life lesson. That's part of the journey. It's learning to be independent, whether it's emotionally or physically. That's part of the journey, okay? That seems to be a big thing at the moment, okay? So 7 of Vessels, I feel that you may be working with one other person. So although it's an independent journey, you may have one other team member, or you may have one other person that you work with. So if it's a small team, that's kind of okay. But I think most of you will be sort of doing this alone. I do get that feeling. But you may have a small team to work with, or a business partner maybe. Okay, so that's coming in. Sorry about my throat. It's very allergy-ish at the moment. Okay, it's the allergy season in the UK. Okay, 6 of Vessels. We've got this beautiful little creature popping its nose up. I mean, what is that creature? I think it's what is that? Is it an otter or a possum or a dolphin? Or I think it's a dolphin, but it's so close to the camera, it's really hard to tell. How beautiful. I think you're getting a bit close to nature at the moment as well, Aries. I feel that you may have been on a trip where you've got very close to nature, maybe in the sea, but you've just got very close to nature and beautiful things and spiritual things. So I'm sensing that. And you've really come close to a sense of calm and the divine energy. And you're bringing that home with you as well. You're bringing that home, that sense of peace. So remember that when you're sort of meditating or relaxing, remember that sense of calm and peace, because that will bring some answers from your spirit guides when you need it, okay? So remember that. If you've been away, bring that with you and try and recreate that in your mind, because that will be good for you, okay? There's a sense of transparency about you now as well. I'm sensing that. It's like you're willing to be open with people about who you really are. Maybe for the first time for some of you, it's like I'm willing to just be who I really am. I'm going to tell people who I am spiritually. I'm not going to be shy about it. You know, for the first time, you might start opening up about who you are. It's like, I'm not going to pretend I'm this anymore, like I'm this conventional person when I'm not. I'm not going to say that I'm this when I'm that. I want to be who I really am and show it to the world. That's what sense I'm getting with Aries. You may have some things to clean up with your old life. You may have some mess to clean up. You may have some things that you need to say to people that you may have upset some people. You may have some things from your old life to clear up. I get that sense. It's like you've got some tidying up. You know, it's like you've left an old life behind. You've left an old you behind. And that means changing things, and it doesn't change overnight. So you may have had to leave relationships. You may have had to leave certain people behind, and you've had to do some cleaning up and tidying up. That's the only way I can put it. It's like you've got to leave things behind, and you've got to box things up and move on. And that takes time. You've got to put things in storage and carve this new life for yourself. That's the only way I can describe that. It's just a feeling of, yeah, it's time to box up the old life and start the new, and tell people that I'm doing it, and just come out into the open and say, this is who I am, this is what I am, and, you know, this is the new me, and this is how it's going to be from now on. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, very strong. And that's good. That's good. It's like you've shared, it's like you've... You know, it's like a kind of onion where you sort of peel the layers off and you're showing the new layer, the real you underneath, finally. Yeah, I've got stagnant, that flew out, stagnant, dead end, frozen, stuck. It's like that's how you've been for years, maybe, some of you. That's how you've been feeling. And now it's time to show the real you to the world. So you're not stuck anymore. You're going to move forwards now. Because you've not really been genuinely telling people who you really are. You've been conditioned by maybe your parents or maybe your friends. Maybe you've been what people have expected you to be rather than who you really want to be. And now it's time to show people who you actually want to be and who you really are. So you've been stuck for a long time, and it's a really nice feeling to finally, you know, the weight's been lifted because you can finally be who you actually are. Oh, it's a lovely feeling. It's a lovely feeling. And there's no guilt, no shame. Some of you may be coming out, if that makes sense, sexually. You may be telling people that you're not, you know, what people thought you were. And that's a massive relief. And you don't care what people think. Oh, feminine energy, gentleness, nurturing, mothering. So that could mean something to some of you, feminine energy. What have I just said about coming out? Could be for some of you. That flew out as well. What else have we got for Aries? Time, delay, procrastination, too busy. Some of you may be just like getting out of the job you've been in. You might be making more time for yourself. You might be coming out of the rat race. You might be going to live in a, I don't know, a mud hut, a caravan. You might be saying, do you know what? I'm ditching the house. I'm getting rid of the conventional job. I'm going to do something completely off the wall. And I'm just getting out of this rat race of a life. Some of you might be doing that for yourself. Great. It's whatever's right for you. That's really great. I just got this lovely, lovely feeling of just like, right, I'm off. I'm not living like this anymore. Yeah, this is great. Okay, what else for Aries? What else do you want to tell Aries? You can do absolutely anything that you want in this life. You don't have to be conditioned. You don't have to follow rules. The rules are yours. You make the rules as long as you're not hurting anyone. As long as you're not, you know, you're going to end up, you know, as long as you're not going to hurt anyone and end up in prison or, you know, you've got to follow some rules, of course. I mean, natural laws and rules that are sort of, you know, as long as you're not harming someone or yourself, then I'd say they're natural laws. Follow natural laws, spiritual laws, but don't follow rules that are made up by society if you don't want to, just because, you know, we're conditioned to do those things. Do I know all my strengths and am I using them? That's a question that you're supposed to be asking yourself, apparently. We all have superpowers, but it's up to us to uncover them. When we live and lead with our strengths, we are able to show up in our zone of genius. This inspires others to do the same. So if you are leading by, you're leading by example, you see. If you've shed off this conditional sort of thing, these conditions, and if you're sort of going off on a bit off the beaten track and you're leaving the rat race and you're doing something unconventional because it's, you know, it's what you want to do and you're doing something that's completely different, you might inspire other people to do that, who feel stuck, who feel dead, who feel that they're just not doing what they should be doing in life. That could inspire other people. So you could be the leader for lots of other people. You could be the inspiration. So that's what this is saying. Ask yourself, how can I use one of my soul gifts today to contribute to this open and ready world? Yep. So if you do these things and if you're a bit rebellious and you think, right, I'm going off to do what I want to do and I'm going to be the true, genuine me, that could help so many other people to do the same. That's what that's saying. So how brilliant would that be? What else have we got for Aries? What else have we got for Aries? Oh God, we've got loads. I'm going to read all those because they all fell out. Insightful. So you could be very insightful to other people. I think you're a very insightful person anyway. You're very inspiring, Aries. Okay, you've got the insight. You're passionate people. Yeah, do what makes you passionate because you'll lead others towards that. And you're generous. Be generous with your knowledge. It doesn't necessarily mean be generous with your money. If you might not have a lot of money, it doesn't matter. But, you know, be generous with your gifts, your talents and your knowledge. That's what I'm getting from this mostly. Okay, so share what you've learned. Share your gifts and knowledge. Okay, Aries, we'll leave it there. Thanks. Let's talk again next week.